All right. Hello, Aries. Welcome. My name is Astrid. I'm a psychic oracle and mentor, and this reading is going to be for Aries, sun, moon, or rising. So if you have an Aries sun, moon, or rising, or if you are interested in an Aries sun, moon, or rising, you are welcome to tune in and hang out for a little bit. Please be sure to subscribe, drop a like, all the things. This is a brand new channel, so I appreciate any little show of support. I'm just kind of more thoroughly shuffling the deck here, flipping a couple cards upside down just to see if they pop up. Now, again, if you're new here, my readings are kind of the style of some folks use spreads. I'm more of like because I am a channel, so I consider myself to have more of like a stream of conscious type of style. I haven't adopted the use of spreads, though I have in my personal practice. I have used the Celtic cross a number of times. Okay. So, welcome. Okay. Let's get started with Aries. Aries. What do I need to know about Aries right now? Who am I talking to? Page of Swords. Aries. This is an air sign card, but it does make sense. It is a youthful being. This is someone who you would have a difficult time getting close to because of the manner in which they wield the sword, right? So the Aries that I'm speaking to here, I can see you in a place where you might not entirely be aware of a lack of preparedness more than you are aware of your excitement or anticipation, right? There is something new about the path ahead with the Page of Swords. It makes me wonder what you have welcomed into your life in terms of where it is that you are, just what's new, okay? At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which I love because it does indicate that anywhere, it makes sense, right? We have a new opportunity in work and finances coupled with a youthful spirit. Now, I think that this is obviously met with some caution, right? So perhaps this is a reading of guidance. Okay, what more can Spirit provide to me about Aries and their current path? Oh, the Four of Swords in reverse. How interesting. So I have this feeling that okay, there was a redirection. Whoever I'm speaking to, this new path is one that I'm hearing you anticipated, though perhaps you feel, I'm hearing like unnerved or uncertain about. There's something that may have happened that put a bad taste in your mouth. And with the Four of Swords in reverse, it clues me into your meditative practice, your spiritual practice, your connectedness to self and what you deem your higher power. This generally is what I feel is a tendency to fall into, which is a very Aries thing, fall into kind of taking the bait, right? You might be catching yourself in a cycle of needing to protect or defend what is new, what is yours, what is kind of shiny, right? What is catching the eye of the youthful page. But maybe a bit of haste, maybe a bit of maybe Spirit is asking, or your ancestors are asking you to clue in with them for a moment, right? Your higher power is saying, hey, let's have a little powwow. Let's have a little chat. What in Aries' life can Spirit reveal to me about, and I'm hearing the word unsettling. So perhaps the reason for this resistance of communion with your higher power, resistance of rest, maybe quite literally you cannot sleep, right? And a lack of sleep is creating perhaps a short temper or exacerbating the already sometimes short temper of the Aries, of the infant baby ram, right? Can I get some indication, Spirit, a little bit more information about what might be exacerbating Aries at this time? Wow. Okay. Six of Wands. We must have a lot of Aries placements in this collective because I've filmed a few readings just in the past few days, and the Six of Wands is consistently coming out. There's something about pride here. Can I get a little bit more about one's pride? And the Four of Wands, yeah. Okay. What is exacerbating you? These are very celebratory cards. I love when Spirit does that. It's just a little challenge. Can I get a little bit more about the tension here, Spirit? Perhaps it's the pressure of doing so, right? We've got Ace of Swords. Perhaps it's the pressure of or a communication wherein you expressed to someone around you, perhaps in the home, or perhaps you feel that you should be celebrated by a communication that maybe has been weighing on you, and maybe you feel just unsettled by the manner in which it went down, right? Maybe it's something like that, or maybe it is, I don't know. Let's get a bit more here. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune now. So this is, I always laugh when there are nothing but positive cards that come out to a question about tension. I feel like this is pressure. The Devil at the bottom of the deck definitely implies pressure. Perhaps what I said about a conversation with the Ace of Swords here did take place, but any conversation that would have come of you expressing whatever it was would have been in your fortune. So that's good. However, with the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck, I can very clearly see that some of this excitement or anticipation or pressure that you may be feeling is because you are freeing yourself from a condition that perhaps once was, or an existing reality within the schema of like your family and your lineage that has been particularly troubling to you. Okay, let's see what cards fell out. And I'm going to go ahead and take all of them. So I have, this is good. I have Death, Big Daddy. Okay. If he wants to focus, I have the Two of Swords. Okay. And I have the Ten of Wands in reverse. I think it's so funny because little Miss Luna Tuna over here is so cute. And the, whenever that's like her favorite spot on the bed. And whenever I'm filming, and I try to focus in on a card, if I don't do it exactly right, like, and I have to get in the habit of this, right, where I block her first, because I am constantly fighting with the presence of this little angel over here, as everyone would be, right, as anyone would be. Okay, my guy, Aries, rebirth. Okay, Aries is the beginning of the zodiac. You are the baby. You are the infant. You are the child, right? You are the spark, right? Whereas Sagittarius, we have what I would call a bushfire, right? A more Jupiter ruled sign where there's expansion. Aries is Mars ruled by the planet of direction, action, right? Described as a sharp cutting tool, right? Various cutting tools. And here I do see that you did experience a kind of rebirth that may have left you wondering, right? There is an element of peace here, like finally I get to put these down, right? But then there is the reality of how in the holy hell how do I move forward from this? And thus we have, you know, the Page of Swords is making more and more sense here, as if it didn't already make enough sense. This does seem to apply directly to a couple of things. So one is the manner in which you express yourself, and two, you know, perhaps the manner in which you cultivate wealth through perhaps through your expression. Maybe you're a creator, right? Let's get some more here. Or, and let me be a bit more intentional there. I can feel there's a hunger in you, Aries, that I'm curious about how you may get there, how you may achieve this. Okay. Oh my, the Devil in reverse. Yeah, there's something else here. There's something else here. There's something that Spirit is asking you to review or further let go of. Now, depending on when you are watching this, depending on when you're watching this, Aries, your chart ruler is retrograding through the sign of Cancer. Okay. At the time that I'm filming this, Mars went into Cancer a matter of hours ago. Okay. And if you're an Aries rising, that would be affecting your house of home, of mother, right? That would be in your 4th house. So with the 10 of cups at the bottom of the deck and the devil in reverse here, I can see that there is in fact an issue within the family home, within, you know, be it your larger family or your immediate environment, that is asking for your shedding, right? It is asking you, or perhaps you have been granted the freedom here of, okay, I can, right? I can breathe a little bit, right? Something was relieved from my kind of plate of responsibilities, right? Something was taken off of my plate. But I think I can see that it was so consuming in a way, be it like of your physical space, of your mental space, or just emotionally draining or consuming, that here we have an entire process of releasing and intentional healing and letting go, of removal of like kind of the energetic like suckers, right, that may have been placed on you during this process. Okay, so wow, that is beautiful, Aries. Congratulations on whatever kind of achievement you had recently. I mean, these are, I also cannot help but point out the cards that are on the table in front of me, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, Death, Ace of Pentacles, the Devil. Like, these are big cards, and they're quite positive in the placements that they're in. And so this time, though I can see that it may be, there's just this feeling of, you know, and I'm getting that hunger feeling again. There's this feeling of, right, this unrest, this unsettled feeling that is, it is undeniable. Okay. There is still great achievement. Okay. We are experiencing collectively what I would certainly describe as a liminal space. Okay. So let's get some, let me get one more here from Spirit. Oh, the Ace of Wands. Well, what do we find, right? What do we find when we are in the in-between, right? When we are birthing something and we have, you know, not yet resurrected from, you know, the ashes. What does the phoenix do when he is still in the form of the ashes? Well, he kind of has to pull all of his resources and his faculties, right? Perhaps out of thin air, okay, to find what some may call the inspiration to rise again. Okay. And here we have exactly that. You are granted in this time, even though you are struggling to embrace it fully, which I can't blame you, because good Lord, you know, something's in the air and it's not exactly a comfortable something. Though you are in this time that feels unsettled, you are also in a deeply, deeply fertile time. Okay. So that's a lot of solace for you. What can we give to Aries as a growth point, as a point of improvement or grace? Oh, the moon. Yeah. Illusion. I mean, we are fraught with illusion. And I said this in, I believe, a reading I recorded last night, where I pointed out just the importance of knowing and acknowledging that our emotions are not like so seriously. And I know that we generally know this, but I really want you to think about this. The moon, the planetary body of the moon, right? Miss Luna. The planetary body of the moon is what is said to rule one's emotions. Okay. Is said to rule one's emotional kind of waters. And she moves signs like every 3 days. Basing your actions off of such a fickle, experience of like, we're moving here and then we're moving there and then we're moving there and it's cyclical. Yes. But that's also why I think the moon is, this is also why the moon is the goddess, because she moves in a cycle that is, I think, what is the word that I want to use here? It is on a much different experiential pace than that of the sun, than that of the god, than that of the masculine, right? So here we have an acknowledgement of what may be a passing illusion, what spirit is asking you to clue yourself in on as something just being, and to be perfectly honest, like illusion is one thing, but you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing untrue. There is something here that is untrue. So what can we get for Aries about what may be untrue in their environment right now? The Knight of Wands. You don't need, this is so funny. Oh, and the High Priestess. See, and you know this. And what is at the top of the deck here is the Queen of Pentacles. How funny. So I think that like you do not need to provide yourself with any kind of illusion that a great new change is in order, or a new path is in order. Like nothing has to change. You don't need to change anything. Like your physical environment, or like what around you, what seeds you have already planted, right? And that's why I was like the Queen of Pentacles. How funny, because that which you have already fostered into a plant that bears fruit, right? You are not in a place where you need to uproot it, right? You're not in a position in this time where you need to, there is a requirement of kind of an uprooting or an upheaval of anything in your life. This, in fact, is an illusion. And to be honest with you, I believe that you know this very well. I believe that Aries, you may be in a place where you can see the instability of the people around you, and you are looking out and saying, this is a lot. This is a lot. And I don't resonate with all of it is what I'm hearing. Like it doesn't, like that's interesting. I've been saying that a lot lately. That's interesting. Right. And I feel like spiritual folks are using words like this quite a bit. Like that is curious is one that I've heard from a few spiritual leaders in our community. That is curious. Yeah, there's some interesting decisions y'all are making over there. Wow, you know, and there may be moments of instability wherein the moon does move so swiftly. There may be moments of like a keen awareness of the instability in the environment, or the kind of the winds of change, right? And I think that everybody has these moments where it's just like, I'm just going to walk out into the desert. I'm going to see where I end up. Maybe there's a village out there. Yeah. Right. It's one of these moments where you just kind of want to say, fuck it. And like, I'm done. Right. Not entirely necessary here is what Spirit is telling you. Okay, let's get in confirmation of that. Yeah, King of Swords. So I think that there's an element of rigidity here that we can soften. What is some advice for the pathwork of the Aries that I'm speaking to? What is some advice that Spirit may have for this collective's pathwork? Oh, the Three of Swords in reverse. I love this. I love this. This is a very clear moment of recovery and enjoyment. Like you are allowed, and this is, and how funny that the Four of Swords and the Three of Swords are both in their reversal. And obviously I don't love that the Four of Swords is in there, isn't his, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that a lady or a dude? Or do we not care? I don't know. Are we still doing that? This individual, this person, I don't want to misgender them, though there's resistance in that. There's solace in the fact that, and I'm feeling, you know what I'm hearing is the word siphon. There's this sense that like it's happening anyways, you know, like, okay. So like there's this, it reminds me of this thing that I do in my personal spiritual practice where I kind of claim this ability to integrate information or different downloads, whatever. I kind of claim the ability to integrate those things instantly, right? Like I claim the power to integrate information, downloads, anything that is spirit received in an instant. And I can see that, I mean, despite your resistance to rest, which we see in this lovely human in the Four of Swords, it's happening anyways, you know? It's kind of like your ancestors might be saying like, oh my God, would you just sit the fuck down? And you're like, no. You're like, no, I have more work to do, you know? And so the recovery might be kind of happening in an avenue that perhaps is not one that you might prefer, right? And maybe like there's just this drive in you, right? There's this drive in you, and it's making me think of this Knight of Wands where like perhaps in the past when you wanted to like really uproot your life and you're just like throwing your hands up like, fuck it, I'm starting over, right? We're cleaning this slate. There is this new channel that energy can now go to. And I think it has to do with this Ace of Pentacles, where you now have this sense of purpose that like, that's why there's unrest. It's not because you need to pick up and move on. It's because you now have, you know, in the wrapping up that I see occurring here, you now have, you know, something to actually channel that energy into that you find great value in, right? And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. What can we get here for Aries moving forward? What is, let's get an idea of what might be coming in for you in the next like week or so. Oh, Queen of Swords. I don't love seeing the King and the Queen of Swords on the table. Let me get a little bit more about what's coming in the next week or so. The next week or so. Okay. Queen of Swords. I don't know. I can't even tell if that's focusing. The Hierophants. No, that one's definitely not focusing. And the Four of Pentacles. And then at the bottom of the deck, which obviously I love, is the Sun. That's gorgeous. I think what we can anticipate in the next week or so is, and again, I don't love seeing the King and the Queen of Swords on the table. However, in this case, I do feel that it is well balanced. Air needs earth. Right? So we've got the Queen of Swords and we also have the Four of Pentacles. I don't love those together. Okay. Because it feels as if you are withholding. However, that withholding is how you stay true to your value system, right? It's how you stay true to the beliefs that are incorporated in what makes you a whole person, right? What makes you a dynamic individual. And with the Sun at the bottom of the deck, I can truly see that this is the pathwork that you are set to do. Like you are set to stand on solid ground, right? You are being led into a place where it is good to do that. You are being led into a portal where, you know, you are, I keep hearing the word designed, almost like it was designed for you to take this action. It was designed for you to be steadfast in that which you hold sacred in your ethics, right? Sacred in your value system. Maybe what you hold to be like the word, you know, moral. And then under the Sun is temperance. So I think that the greatest gift that I can give you in acknowledging like, okay, good, right? We are holding true to our value system and this is exactly where we're supposed to be. The beautiful thing is that there is advice built into this that I would encourage you to soften as much as possible and use your work as an avenue of release and relief. Right? Your work, that which is, you know, this newfound or whatever it is that is newfound for you, that is just something to tinker with here that, you know, may or may not get you money, who knows? but is certainly giving you this sense of purpose, in that it feels like the work that you do for, like, on behalf of this thing is for the better, for like your betterment, right? Like, you are expanding and growing as an individual in pursuing that source of energy expulsion. Okay, so use that to temper that sometimes unkempt Aries fire. Okay, sometimes a little wild Aries fire, right? That spark that can sometimes just be misplaced, right? Like, hey, why are you lighting matches over there, dude? Why are you lighting matches over there next to my nice expensive jackets or whatever? I don't know, you know. Why are you doing that, right? And so I just want you to tucker yourself out a tad, I suppose. Aries is so youthful that one of the best ways to temper that flame would be to tucker yourself out just a tad, okay? Go do some powerlifting. Go for a run, right? Go do a really intense, like, yoga session if that's your vibe. I love this for you, Aries, and I'm excited for this new journey you're on. Interesting enough, we did not get the Fool, but we did get Death. And we got quite a few beautiful affirmations of what is pretty much a guaranteed success here. So very good job, Aries. Thank you for letting me read for you. If you got something from this reading, please be sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.